Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good vibes, good energy, good people. It's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe right now. Also, if you want to support my brand, it's inspiredbydreams.shop. And that's the place to go to get your new drip on. We got a lot of new drops in there. We got a new jacket in there, new hats. We got a little bit of everything for you to dress outside of the box. Add something new to your closet. Okay, today's episode, I need all my single dads to pull up right now. This conversation surrounds how hard it is being a single dad, and nobody really ever gives, single dads their props for raising their kids on their own. So today, that's what the conversation we're highlighting, and just shouts out to all the single dads out there just trying to make it in these YouTube streets in this world we're living in today. Okay, let's get it.
Mickey made it. Mickey made what you made, Mickey.
Being a single father, to have primary custody for a long period of time, man, that's a lot. Your lifestyle changes. There's a lot of you can't do, like, limit to amount of money you can make and moves you can make and traveling. That is real.
We not primary parents like that. Even the court don't make you a primary male parent like that. Like, it's hard to get your kids. So even if you spend some time with them, 3-4 days, they go home. And then even as a man, you get more help. But y'all got a lot more pressure on y'all than us that we don't even really be understanding like that.
We sometimes lack empathy for other people if it does not directly affect us. Women and single mothers have been begging and pleading and nobody listens. It's like, you're a mom, you're supposed to. You're a mom, like there are no breaks. And men, they get to be the revolving door. You pop in, hey, daddy's home, and then you pop out. And it's like, oh, well, I see my kids every weekend. Yeah, but you're not there every day.
So I've been getting like this similar comment a lot lately. You're not a single dad, or why do you get to call yourself a single dad? So before I even entertain that comment, ask yourself, when a woman comes before you, whether it's on social media or whether in real life, and she says she's a single mom, do you ever question if she's in fact a single mom? Do you ask her, what's the percentage of the time that the dad is around? Are you in a relationship or not? Like, no one asks that. Now, I think what supports that line of questioning is the stereotypes that we've all put on men in society, the deadbeat dad stereotype. What I'm here today to talk about is the fathers that don't need to be in a new relationship and or marriage for them to be able to take care of their children. I'm one of those fathers. So when I say that I'm a single dad getting my daughter ready for school, what that means is I don't have a woman behind me coaching me how to do it. I don't have anyone telling me what I should feed her or not. I don't have anyone telling me, it's time for her to go to bed or it's time to take a shower or any of that. That's what makes me a single dad. And I own that title. And there are many of us out here. Not everyone is saying that, but they're there.
Being a single father, raising girls, is harder than a mother, man. It really is. But I ain't gonna never give up, but it's hard being a girl dad, because when they become teenagers, and they don't have their mother, and all they have is their dad, it's hard. It's hard.
I got a PSA out there for all the single dads, man. Don't give up. Don't give up, man. Those kids need you just as much as you need them. I've been fighting a battle for about 6 months and it finally came to an end. I got my 50-50 back. Don't give up. Just don't, man. Keep pushing.
A lot of dads don't get credit for the role that they play in raising children. You always see resources out there for the single mother, but you never hear people talking about the single father. So what are some challenges that you face in raising your daughter?
Man, great question, by the way. Salute to all the other single fathers that's out there, because I know I'm not by myself. But One of the challenges, for sure, is just being compassionate. I'm an emotionally intelligent man for my child. I think that was one of the biggest things, biggest hurdles, I would say.
Okay.
I understand it's not just deadbeat dads. I understand that it's fathers that didn't have enough to keep going,
Right.
Who had just hit that rock bottom or hit that wall to where they're like, you know what? I just need that peace now, because it is mentally exhausting, physically exhausting, financially exhausting, you know, and it exhausts all these resources and all these things out of you, you know, to where it's like, I just can't take it anymore. You know what I mean? And it's like, I understand that now, you know, because growing up, I used to always wonder, like, how could a man walk out on his children? Going through it now, I understand, you know, because there's a lot of fathers that do just say, you know what, screw it, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I can't afford to do it anymore.
This is the final photograph of Philip Parent. He was 34 years old, crying in his car just minutes before taking his own life. Philip was a single dad struggling to pay the bills. He was over $20,000 in debt and was desperately waiting for a payday loan. When he died, he only had $4 in his checking account. He didn't think there was any other way out. Like a lot of people, especially in men, he kept all of this to himself. No one else knew how bad things were getting. This poor man had to tell his children that Santa Claus wasn't coming this year. And in the note that he left, he wrote his children that they would be better off without him. And now, he's gone. People, if you are struggling, you need to talk about it. You don't have to do this alone. If you're struggling with your mental health, tell someone. I'm here to tell you that you have a purpose. God loves you. God created you. And he can save you. In Jesus' name.
How do women feel if I walk my 5-year-old daughter into the women's bathroom?
So I'm a single dad with a 5-year-old daughter, and I use the women's restroom too. Yeah, I'm not taking my daughter into a men's room where men are standing at urinals with their pee-pees out. I'm not risking that one. And I mean, sure, I get some dirty looks from Karens here and there, but I really don't care. My daughter's safety will always trump your feelings.
A lot of these men aren't deadbeat dads. They're just defeated fathers. And it's a damn shame that some of these men who work hard to establish a presence and try to build a bond with their children have to separate themselves from their seeds so they won't be used as pawns against it. Some of y'all women care more about how y'all feel versus the development of your child. There's a lot of hidden agendas. There's a lot of women walking around here with hate, doing shit out of spite. Fucking all the men in the world won't bother him. You know that man no longer cares about you. But them kids gonna press every button on his body. Y'all take advantage of that. I watch what some of these men go through fighting for their children. And it's nasty business. And I'm gonna always encourage you to fight, but I don't blame someone who give it up. There's a lot of women out there that will destroy their life and sacrifice their children just to hurt a man. So some of these men rather step away than to see that happen. It's men who are still in relationships and can't control their household because the woman wants to constantly undermine it. Too much nurturing going on. Too much stepping in. You can't tell me or teach me how to father my child. And you can't convince me that my child needs too much. You're not supposed to understand everything we do. It's not supposed to all make sense to you. Only thing you're supposed to do is trust that we know what kind of father our children need. We don't show up at the level of capacity that we're supposed to. You just make sure you do your job. Just like you can see shit, we can see shit. And we see shit different. And sometimes that mixed together is what the child needs to develop. It's not just your side. It's both. It's salt and pepper. It ain't just pepper. Step the fuck back and let that man do what he's supposed to do. It's a whole wave and generation of fucked up children. Look at the parents. Everybody want to argue about their role. It's roles. It is a role in the village. You have to play your role. A lot of y'all don't want to play your role, so you leave the village. But what does it take to raise a child?
Hey, yo, for the single dads out there, and you got a daughter and you dating, hide your daughter's stuff. Hide your daughter's stuff, because they ain't going to believe you. Hide your daughter's stuff. They are not going to believe you. The hair ties, the perfumes, the deodorant, rubber bands, whatever pink, hide it if you got a daughter. Hide your daughter's stuff. Look at my face. Just hide it, dog.
This is how I became like a single dad and a full-time dad. And once again, I don't like doing no parts and stuff, so I'm about to tell y'all the story from the beginning to end. Plain and simple. The bitch trifling.
You know something that nobody really talks about is how men actually raise their daughters to be hyper independent. And then when we go out to the world, we're labeled as masculine.
Okay, just the dynamics of being a single dad in these times are harder than ever. And a lot of times I don't hear too much people saying anything or bigging up the single fathers, because there are a lot of single dads out there that would do anything and go to the end of the earth just to see their kids, have a smile on their face and live a great life. So when it comes down to single dads, I just wanted to give them a salute and keep doing what you're doing. Your love is always going to be appreciated throughout your children and the people you come across. Just because everybody doesn't usually talk about single dads all the time doesn't mean that they don't exist. And guys have feelings too. I say this all the time. People like to put this exterior on that they're tougher than that leather and anything can't hurt them, but the truth is your family and things like that, the things you love can hurt you when when you're not being appreciated for it, or people are not just seeing things the way you're going through it. They just have it painted in one way. So you guys let me know about this conversation. How do you feel? Do you know anybody that's single dads out there that's struggling or just trying to make it with their kids? You let me know down below in the comments, and I get back to you guys 9 a.m. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays on my live morning show. Till next time, it's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe,